Hey everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. Palantir breaks through the 20s again, all while Amazon Q announced their competitor yesterday. But I think on a day like today, the actual main news is actually the price action. So looking at the stock first, we broke through that short-term range that I've been talking about the last couple days in the high 19s and flew into the 20 teens today. Now, we did test down into the 19s really high here in the 1980s, really quick for a short-term support, and the market seems to be figuring out what to do here now as the indices are flat after giving up earlier gains. Now, looking at the daily candles on the 3-month chart, we clearly can see this $20 area is probably going to be tested some more to confirm if it is going to be resistance now or support area going forward, and if the stock wants to run price action-wise from this point. So I think Palantir is pretty much following the overall markets at this time without any big catalysts necessarily looking out for unless they happen unexpectedly. Now for the news today, Amazon Q, which I made a longer video on last night, announced their Amazon Q platform, which is essentially a chatbot, but for enterprises because enterprises will be able to use their proprietary data securely. And if you watch the interview by the AWS CEO, the talking points sound basically the same or at least eerily familiar to Palantir's, which is security, privacy, and guardrails around AI. Now, I don't have firsthand experience with the product, of course, and it's so new, but for the pros and cons, first, the good part for Amazon is that they already have a vast network of customers already with letting us know that it is being previewed already. And they are a widely known and recognized name, of course, that's given. So the integration, at least if you're an AWS customer already, is probably going to be seamless. Now, how it plays out with other applications, they say it can connect to around 40 enterprise applications at the moment, and they have a monetization model that they've already publicized at $20 per month for business users and $25 a month for IT and developer features. Now, the cons here, we don't know if they're just connecting data, but not necessarily building an ontology, which is the point of Palantir, and that's making it a much more effective product for AI because it has the true underlying relationship between data sets here. Now, to measure that actually from face value, that's hard to do it from the outside, but we'll see over time if this clearly is going to help customers or not help customers. And we don't know also the extent of their security and privacy controls in comparison to Palantir, which has been built from the ground up with the military and also counterterrorism applications early on. So it's basically within their blood. However, for Amazon, we're not necessarily sure where this stands. Now, it's still early, of course, so we'll see how these two compete in the coming quarters, but check out my video for the whole interview, of course, and then more detailed thoughts on Amazon Q. Now, and I'd say this is more entertainment also than actual news, but Rishi Sunak was also posed a question by Deidre Brock regarding the NHS FDP contract and its relation to Scotland NHS, keeping their data kind of out of it here and away from this whole program. Well, he basically made her look foolish standing on the side of patients, saying the government will basically do what is best for patients and obviously improving the technology to cutting waiting lists, theater scheduling, cancer appointments, and other programs will save patient lives. And this is the path forward, honestly, from at least his rhetoric. So very straightforward, and of course, politically, the focus really should be on the health outcomes that can be improved since for years, even before talks of using Palantir, there have been complaints about the NHS and especially those waiting lists here. But thanks for tuning in to Palantir Daily, and I'll see you in the next one.